Good afternoon here in Seattle. It is 12:43 p.m. and it is Friday. Some of you, most of you, hopefully, get Friday off. Yay! Go home, either relax, you go out for a beer, you go out for dinner, you have pizza. Okay, there's the happy part. Today, as usual, is a controversial subject. Child molestation in the family, incest. When incest arrives, what happens? 9 out of 10 children are rejected and called liars because they had said something about molestation. Now, not all children tell anybody because they've been threatened with life. I don't know how it happens, but here's a mother, here's a father, there's the neighbor or the uncle, and the family will usually take the predator's side. The child, male or female, is then totally disrespected and called liar the rest of their life until they can finally leave. It is like an epidemic. Nobody believes the child. And the child is telling the truth. How can we help that child if that child has nobody to back her or him? I know a lot about this. I lost my whole family due to the crimes of molestation and incest. And it seemed to have passed on from a grandfather to, I mean, there's no genetic attachment, but to his son-in-law, and then the son-in-law's son. Was there molestation before my grandfather? I have no idea. None. You know, back in the day, it was thought it was bad, but again, it was the child's fault. My grandma used to say that a 3-year-old can be a woman child and seduce a man. I still remember that. Seduce a man? She's a baby. How the hell can she seduce a man? I've always wondered that. Anyway, what it did in my family is I told the truth when I was 8 years old, and they told me to be quiet. They didn't want to upset my mother. This is my grandmother talking, grandfather. So I kept quiet because I really wanted to see my mother. And as I got older, to be 11, I wanted to see her more. She has weaned away from me more and more. And I'm not seeing my oldest sister, who I totally love. That was a sister. Anyway, as time went on, I went through 5 marriages. Very common with a victim of sexual abuse. We can't seem to settle. We have a very hard time understanding. Sex is still fun. Depends on the person. And that doesn't mean that you're not nice to the person who has molested you. That is the myth. The myth that the person who molested you is your enemy, but also you want to be accepted even by the molester, especially if he is part of the family. I have a sister who was molested, and my mother from their own father, and they loved him. Now, my mother being the oldest one kind of, didn't come around much. But the middle child came around all the time, trying to please him, anything she could to please him. That is common. It's like the poster children of molestation in the different faces. And what happens? We're talking about incest now. We're not talking about the stranger down the street. These are hardcore family, friends, people that you know. Anyway, I was disowned. My sister called me, my youngest one, who's 12 years older than I am, and she disowned me. So I was crazy and didn't know what I was talking about. Maybe I didn't know what I was talking about. And maybe I should have just left it alone and be very, very quiet. But I decided to open my mouth and bring to light what happens to us. We become disowned. Now, I've been sick for 11 years. And something told me, be careful of some. It's like a hospital. I know so many people that have been sexually molested. I've had children by brothers. Babies usually put up for adoption. And what do we do about it? We disown the victim. Now, the victim has a choice not to keep on being victimized, but to take hold of themselves and continue on. And that's really important because you can't hold a grudge. It's done. Don't kill them and you end up in a prison that, to be honest with you, they deserve, not you. Unfortunately, a father who rapes their daughter only gets about 6 months, a year max for molestation. And the mother usually takes them back. It really didn't happen. She's crazy. He's crazy. Let's get them out of the house. It is a sad situation. So, I can continue on with this subject, but it is a very hard subject for me. Don't ever. I don't care if the kid might be lying. We can work on that, work it through counseling, but believe the kid and get the perpetrator, the predator, out of your house. That's the first thing. The second thing is probably to move, but always remove the kid. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Maybe something happier. It'd be nice, man. Happy Friday.